Hey guys, Kalpis here, and we are back in Fallen Leviticus with another episode of Is It Livable? Today we are at Jacobstown. And so, okay, so let's start this. So if you need a rerun of the rules, we're just gonna see if, towns in New Vegas are actually livable, you know, in terms of like if this was a real apocalypse. So at the end we'll do a calculation, ending results. But before we go into the actual town, let's survey the outside. Now, one of the biggest things I noticed for Jacobstown is it's kind of double-edged sword, but it's snow. On one hand, it can get really cold, which sucks. In someone like New Vegas, I expect there not to be much warm clothing. So that might be hard, especially during the colder months. But on the other hand, it's not the best solution, but you could definitely use the snow for water. Maybe and given there's a mountain, there's probably a stream nearby. Not the best solution, but you gotta do what you gotta do. And the mountain surrounding Jacobstown is pretty it's like a natural barrier. It's gonna be hard to climb it. There's really one way in, which is gonna be easier for people to look out for. Another thing we have here is this a big wall, which I really like. It's not as good as some other ones, but it would definitely do. There's some spikes. You could probably wiggle your way in there, but against like common like thugs or like animals, it should work. I don't feel like we don't talk about Jacobstown enough in New Vegas, given there isn't much to do. And I'm so used to the orangeness of New Vegas. It's weird seeing a green and a white. Another thing you can definitely see about Jacobstown is all the trees. Like I said before, having greenery is kind of rare in New Vegas, especially given the it's a desert. There's like even the ground has greenish due to it. There you go. I was hitting this whole time. Excellent. Yeah, you could definitely do something with like lumber, or just growing. Seems like the soil here is more fertile than it is before, than the rest of the map. Okay, let's actually go into Jacobstown itself. There's Marcus. Having a town full of supermutants is definitely a big upside. Especially since they're the west coast of your variant of mutants, so they're still smart. No, except for the Nightkin, but like I said, as long as you don't piss them off, you should be good with the mutants. I guess this was the former parking lot, I assume. You could do something over here. There's a lot of space inside the actual perimeter. Here's why there's something like a little ranch for bighorners. So they have a sustainable food source with a lot of protein and hide. You can actually use the hide from the bighorners to make clothes for said winter. So you can probably get that figured out. Before we explore the main buildings, we're gonna check out those other houses first. Is there anything around? Like behind? Jacobstown actually survived the nuclear war pretty well. Like we don't see any damage to the actual like lodge. Some trees, which it's I could definitely see. A lodge isn't that important. When in the grand scheme of things, I could definitely see them going after New Vegas itself. So that's a plus. I imagine there isn't much radiation over here. Now, I'm no expert, but given how the moss, there's a moxie texture here, on the grass and the rocks. I assume this was once a lake, given the, the slope into it. It's like a little mount, not mount, that's a hill, but a little trench or.
Someday, I miss being
this is based off a real place, but yeah, I assume there's a lake here, that's cool. So okay, here are the little houses. One thing I noticed, 2 of them are boarded up already. 3. Let's see. Okay, so 4 of the. Okay. 4 of the 7s here. Yeah, 4 of the 7 are boarded up, which is a problem. That less space. I assume there's something in here. Nice little house. It's definitely dirty. There's like hospital equipment here. Toilet's all broken up. Empty syringes. The sink's broken. Everything's on the ground. But yeah, I could definitely. It'll take a couple hours, but you could definitely clean this all up. Okay, there's one down. Let's explore the other 2. I guess another problem is the windows are broken, so which is a problem. Yeah, as we can see over here, food can grow. You could start. You could definitely grow stuff, so that's a plus. Like I said before, the soil is probably more fertile over here than probably the rest of the map. Here we go. This is a lot nicer than the last one. We gave a dead guy. Nice. Okay. This is a quick cleanup. Same problem, sink, toilet smashed. Doesn't even have a bathtub. Checkers, chips. You could definitely. This is a nice little place to live in. Clean out the broken windows, sweep the floors. I wouldn't mind living here. Let's go to the last one. It's okay. This one. It's definitely it's a mess, but it could be worse. Same problem. Smashed up bathroom. I wonder how does plumbing still work in Fallout? I imagine it doesn't, but. Yeah, this is a cleanup, but you could definitely you could fix all 3 of these in like a day or so. I never noticed. I can't wait for that. Okay, and we are. Anything else here? Guess not. Yeah, I wonder why the other 3 are boarded up, or 4. I imagine there's something in there, not pleasant, but yeah, these are definitely, it's a fixer-upper, but you could definitely, it shouldn't take too long. You have 7 little houses that you could, live in. Okay. Let's go to the app.
I hope it will start
Like a little sitting area. Maybe you probably could fix this over here. Okay, let's go to the. It's time to go to the Astral Lodge. This place is huge. I never don't usually go to Jacobstown, so let's see. No, let's see how structurally intact this place actually is. First of all, you know, here's the main lobby area. Okay, besides the broken paintings, this place is pretty nice. It even has a little coffee thing over here, which, you know, given how I assume coffee doesn't grow in New Vegas, I assume it's going to be practically useless. Although you can still boil water. Okay, here's the kitchen. Wow. You know, it's messy definitely, but like I said before, you could definitely clean this up, make this into an actually functioning kitchen. One of the shelves is broken, some of the laundry's broken. Shelf, fridge, and so freezer. Do wonder how they get electricity though. Is there like a generator? We don't know, but you know, we'll see. We have to explore this whole place. But yeah, the kitchen is nice. It doesn't have a door though, so you know, someone could come here and steal something. We don't want them to. Okay, let's see what's in here. I assume this was like the little office area. It's just dirty. There's nothing wrong with it in particular. You could definitely turn this into like a little bedroom. And here it's like this. See, this as soon as we're some nightkin or mutant sleep. Yeah, even the windows are intact, so you know, yeah, just clean this up and you got it. And you got yourself a room. Over here, just 2 rooms already. Let's see. That's it for over here. So far, so good. Yeah, it's power. The windows are not broken. Let's check one.
So many staring eyes.
Okay. Clean room. Yeah, I think this is good as gonna get. Just sweep it a little. This is gonna be. This is, you know. Of course you're going to want better beds. You know, you can't just sleep on cardboard, but you know, it's something. You know, at least you have a room to sleep in, and you have a door too. Okay, this room is just kind of messy. I don't know where all this debris came from, since there's no, you know, collapsed roof or anything. But yeah, it's just quite messy. What's this? Here we go. Now, this. You know, I'm gonna be a broken recorder, but it's just this problem is just quite dirty, even like the other rooms. It's gonna take. Yeah, it has a bad queen, I assume. But yeah. I'm not gonna steal anything. But yeah, just clean up, and even has a bed and everything. So okay, here's boarded up room. This entire wing of the thing is boarded up, which means no space. There's must be some like ant infection over here, some mole rats. Sucks. So we only have 3 rooms, 3 good rooms too, but you know, just 3 rooms. Okay, we have an entire medical ward over here. You know, beds are kind of busted up. Okay, sorry I had to do a cut right there. But we're back. So, like I said,
if
they
the
have a functioning
NCR ain't
medical
got to
ward.
worry about Caesar no more, it
With a
should worry
doctor.
about improving the lives of regular folks around here.
So you know, if you're injured, as long as you have medical equipment, you should be good. You know, that's probably good with this biggest problem. You know, salvaging actual equipment to use, but nice little area right here. Oops. Okay. Now this is something most settlements in New Vegas don't have a actual entertainment area. You know,
So many staring eyes.
I imagine one of the biggest problems
Don't look at
in the apocalypse is just the lack of boredom. You know, you can't, do much. So it's nice as long as they have little cue balls. You should be good. And then
So many
if everything
staring
fails, you could
eyes.
use it for burning wood. So so far the these mutants are doing better than most people in New Vegas, which I'm not saying. I'm not gonna say anything about that. Let's check it out. Okay.
Dr. Henry's
Just
bridge
a
mark.
bunch of junk in here. Some dirty ass floor. Nice bed. Even has a little safe. I'm not gonna. I don't steal stuff in my playthroughs. I always go high karma, so I won't be doing that. No. So far, so good.
Dr. Henry's bridge mark.
Now this is a nice room right here. Like, even the floor's clean. The only problem is there's no mattress right here, so you gotta sleep on the ground. Which, mutants are hardy people, so I imagine it's not the biggest issue for them. Like, they even have a little pot collection over here. They have. I can't imagine, just them doing stuff like that. Yeah, this is as good as it can get. Just replace this because it has broken glass. Pretty good.
Need to tighten up my vices again.
Here. Okay, just another dirty room. Nice bed, shelves, everything. Okay. Okay, so 1, 2, 3. Okay, 3 rooms. Okay. We have a dirty room. Quite dirty, but we have a little chemistry set. That's useful. You could definitely do that for something. And so far, there's no like collapsed walls or anything. Quite good. We have a nice little bathroom over here. All the stalls are intact. These are pretty high for urinals. I gotta say, aim up, but yeah. Windows are broken, unfortunately. Hey, the sinks work, so this place most likely has running water, which means you don't have to, use the restroom outside. Is there any dead bodies in here? Fowler really likes to do that with their stalls. There's a little damage on this one, but besides that, this place is pretty clean. Obviously, there's you can start seeing the foundation rot a little bit with the, you can start seeing the inside of it, but, I think you could probably fix that. But yeah, this has a nice bathroom. Okay, we have a nice little office over here. This is quite clean actually. Besides this little dirty pile right here, you could. This is a nice little office. Even the pictures are intact for the most part. You could definitely turn that into a room. Yikes! Every room that actually has a bed is dirty, and this one has a bunch of needles on it. I assume these are empty. Let's see here. Which is, that's dangerous. You don't want to get dirty needles in your bed, or in general. So yeah, probably gonna have to replace those bed sheets. Oh wow, jeez. Menthols fixer. Yeah, this someone whoever lived in here was an addict. Unfortunate.
So many staring
Now
eyes.
this is nice. There's a little vase, little bookshelf. No bed, unfortunately, but honestly, I'm starting to think the mutants prefer sleeping on the floor. Because like it shouldn't be that hard to just like bring a bed in here or just sleep in one of the rooms with beds. So I'm starting to assume they prefer no beds. Yeah, this is a nice room. Like I said, this place has power. It has power. Offshoot. But I always wonder why they have these little things in their mouth. Weird little design choice. Let's see here. That room. Okay, now this is a nice little area. Even has a little pinball machine. The glass is broken, but it probably could still work. So yeah, I think this room is as good as it's gonna get. Okay. I assume this is our conference area. There's a bunch of science equipment in these rooms. Yeah, I just got dirty again. Okay, looks like we have ourselves a little training area over here. I assume someone sleeps here, you know, I don't know, but it's where they train, I assume. It's just dirty again. Yeah, it seems the main problem with this entire settlement is just it's quite dirty, which I assume they have time to like fix. Okay, another bathroom is like the last one is quite well made. No dirty skeletons in the bathrooms. It seems they started really only doing that in like 4 or 3. Yeah, because I played a lot of 4 and there's a bunch of fucking skeletons in the bathroom. Okay, we have ourselves a little radio equipment. So they have a radio equipment. Nice. Harmonica. Yeah, you could. That's good for trading with other settlements. So yeah, another room. You know, haul this off, all this stuff to another empty room, and they have a sleepable room and working equipment for. I'm not gonna go to Marcus's room. You know, I assume it's nice, but you know, like I always go high camera runs, but okay, this room is dirty. There is a reloading bench, which is nice. You could definitely use that. Another radio. Ammunition boxes. Yeah. Get rid of these shelves, and this should be good. Okay, and I think that's it. I'll recount all the rooms, all the usable rooms, but yeah. Okay, it's quite dark now. Besides that one little area that's boarded up, you know, this entire lodge is usable. And it doesn't seem to be falling apart besides some of the walls have been like chipped off. And it has usable power. We don't ever see where they get all this power though. We don't see like a generator. So I assume it's somewhere. Okay, what's around it? So there isn't much around Jacobstown. Just some outposts. There's I guess free side somewhat nearby, but you know, I don't think they're gonna want to trade with some mutants. Is there anything left here? Honestly, I think we're done. Like it's this is probably the nicest settlement in the entire game. It's just kind of dirty, but that's it. So yeah, let's go. Let's have one last sweep around before we go to the graphing section. Let's see if we missed anything actually. Alright. Well, as we could see so far, this is you know, this is probably as good as it gets. You know, living your life as a like a farmer or a bighorn hoarder. A bunch of mutants. Honestly, I think the biggest problem might be the Nightkin. You know, they might as much I hate to say, you know, they might go AWOL one day and that's gonna kill you. Yeah, I think that's it. Nice little settlement. Okay, then let's go to the graph section, Leon. We'll calculate everything about this settlement, and we'll see you there. Okay, here we are at the graph. Before we get into the graph, let's get into the scores again. Unlivable, you know, you can't live there. Very livable, struggling, tolerable, you know, just complacent, comfortable. You know, tolerable is, you know, not great, not bad. Complacent is a great time, but you know, still some trouble. And comfortable is the best thing it can be. You know, unlivable, very livable, struggle. You get them. Okay, let's get into the actual graph itself. Let's get into the pros of Jacobstown. Number one, decent defenses. The mountain and the walls, they will deter some enemies, like especially more wildlife enemies. But it does. There is a double-edged sword for the mountains around it. You can climb on top. High. You could get the high ground and shoot down there. And the walls, well, they're good. There's gaps in them. You could get in there. They're made out of wood, so you could burn them. During night, and eventually they'll rot away. So you gotta either replace them with other wood or something more like stone or metal, something more durable. But it could be worse. Number two, renewable water source. While there isn't necessarily any pond or lake nearby, it does snow a lot over there. It's the mountain, and snow is just water. So, as long as it snows year round or yearly year round, you just have to melt that snow and you got water. Also, since it's a mountain, I wouldn't be surprised if there was like a small lake or spring nearby. As most mountains do. Number three, potentially go trading routes. While it has not there yet, Marcus has shown interest in trade routes with, especially the NCR and other small communities. And given its its resources, it has a lot of wood and bighorners, so I could definitely see it working. And there isn't really any raiders nearby or groups that would block them, besides the jackals, I think, or was it the fiends? One of those two. I really think that's it. So, if everything goes good, they could potentially get a lot of people to trade with them. Especially if they show that mutants are, they're still humans, and just as civilized as them. Lots of livable space. Yeah, there's the main lodge itself is humongous, not counting all the small shacks next to it, or just all the land even just within inside the walls. The parking lot's been broken up. The lake's been drained, unfortunately, but you could do something with that. So you could definitely make a couple little houses or other stuff like farms. Okay, small bighorn ranch. They live in the mountain. There's gonna be bighorns there. I feel like bighorns are gonna be their main export, besides maybe lumber. You could get a lot from bighorns. You get their fur coat, meat. You could use their bones for compost maybe, or calcium pills if someone wants those for some reason. I feel like you could use every part of it, and I definitely see it that growing to a bigger area. Like I said, with all the space, you definitely have a lot of big corners there. No, I'm not sure about this one. Low unemployment. This is a big one, but it's kind of hard to say whether or not this really is, because there's only 2 human models. The rest of the models are superhumans, and superhumans behave differently from regular NPCs. They just kind of walk around. Marcus, I saw him poke like once in a while, but it's gonna. The Niken, I don't think the Niken work. They're too crazy too. But regular humans, they're smart enough to do stuff. So I'm not sure. We don't see any of them work. I'm just gonna put it down. I feel like they would. And lastly, good infrastructure. What we see is that the lodges and the small shacks are in pretty good condition, especially for 200 years after a nuclear war. Especially the lodge, we don't see any crumbling walls. We only see one boarded up area within it, and the biggest problem really is it's just kind of dirty. So it seems like it's gonna last for a while, as long as there's no fire or anything. The lodge should last for another 100 years or two. Just a guess. Now it's time for the cons. Number one, little to no farm. I did not see any farms or crops. we did see wild plants grow, like beetroot. So we know the soil is fertile enough for it, and like they do have water. So maybe it's just too cold for them to for them to grow most plants over there, which would suck. But you can't just live off big hornet meat for the rest of your life. You gotta get some veggies in your diet. So I hope they could explore that. Okay, number two, cold weather. Probably they're the only people in the entirety of New Vegas who have this problem. It's gonna get cold up there, snow, and if you're not prepared, you could get some like frostbite and stuff. You know, and like I said before, it's New Vegas. There's gonna be no jackets or anything. Although they are mutants, their skin can be tougher, a lot thicker, and like I said before, they have big horners. They can use the fur for coats just in case. So it's not the biggest problem, but still is a problem. Number three, and on to number three. Honestly, the biggest problem Jacobstown does have is xenophobia. Honestly, I see that the only reason they don't have trade routes yet and have enemies is xenophobia. The NCR is harassing them when they could be a great potential ally. And, I can understand why, the master and stuff, but it sucks for all the mutants in there. Although, I feel like as long as they, just keep to themselves and don't cause any trouble, keep the Night King in check. And if you go down the route where you help them with the thugs, give some time and they'll definitely people will slowly stop paying them as much. I think it will take a while, but I do think it could be done. Honestly, yeah, but xenophobia, I think, is the biggest problem they have right now. And that's really all the flaws I see for Jacobstown, really. I couldn't think of anything else. Okay, let's get to the overall. Overall, I think it's a complacent place to live in. Like, it's not the best place to live in the entire New Orleans, but compared to most places, it's pretty good. You're not gonna be able to lay down all day. You gotta work hard. Tending to the big hoarders, scavenging, but you have a roof over your head. I don't see much raiding happening, and if there is, you're going against mutants, so I think your common thug won't be the biggest problem. But yeah, I think you'll have a nice, comfortable life here, as long as nothing goes wrong. You should live your rest of your life quietly, comfortably, in my opinion. Well, I couldn't count exactly due to the nature of it. I suspect there's a population about 11 to 13 people here. Maybe slightly more at 14, but yeah. Small population, but potentially with more should be coming, especially if you finish the quest in Black Mountain and just mutants in general coming over here. I could potentially see this growing a lot. And they do accept normal humans, so we're really have a bride. We have a open door for everyone. That's what I meant to say. Okay, I do really see it having a bright future. As long as their cards played right and nothing too bad happens to them, I could see Jacobstown surviving for a long time. A safe place for humans, like I said before. I really mixed these up. I shouldn't put them next to each other, but yeah. This really is the only refuge mutants have in the Mojave, besides Black Mountain. But I don't know. I wouldn't count that with how Tandy is. But yeah, besides that, really, if you're a mutant, this is really your only option, unfortunately. So, but yeah, overall, I think Jacobstown has a lot of potential to be one of the best settlements in the Mojave. It has all the cards stacked right, or more in its favor. It just has to play them right and have a bit of luck. I didn't mean to make a gambling joke. But, you know, pun is appreciated, I guess. But yeah. Well, overall, Jacobstown is one of the best settlements in New Vegas. Yeah. And I hope you enjoyed this. If you want me to do any other settlements next time, just comment them. I have fun doing this, nerding out about video game towns or whatever. So okay, that's about it. I don't want to stretch this video any longer than it has to be.